Alzheimer's disease presents in many different ways. Each person's path and journey is unique, and this film reflects a glimpse into one family's experience. It is an ever-changing picture. Abilities are unpredictable and can change from moment to moment. Our journey began about 15 years ago when my 47-year-old husband began exhibiting bizarre behavior and signs of short-term memory loss. Most of the time he seemed normal, but like a slow fog rolling in, the changes gradually impacted more and more of his life. It is the insidious onset of this disease that is so disarming. I took Jim to a neurologist and was told that he had either a brain tumor or Alzheimer's, and that I should hope for a brain tumor. When the brain tumor was ruled out, I was sent to a specialist who told me, after extensive testing, that there was nothing wrong with him and that he should get back to work. It had become impossible to rationalize with him. His behavior had become erratic and impulsive, and his ability to do things around the house was deteriorating. He would start projects but be unable to finish them. Once started, he would walk away. When asked, he often had no recollection of them and would deny any responsibility. He was also exhibiting obsessive-compulsive behaviors, some of which were useful, such as picking up trash around the neighborhood, and some just plain annoying, such as collecting cigarette butts. Jim had always been an animal lover, but early on in his illness he became obsessed with our golden retriever, Molly. He would walk her almost daily, sometimes taking her for miles at a time. He refused to go anywhere without her, creating elaborate schemes such as pretending to be blind in order to take her on Amtrak, and refusing to go to Italy unless I could figure out a way to get her on the airplane. Until very recently, to the casual observer, Jim appeared merely mildly eccentric. He had a tremendous gift of demonstrating interest in others and of making others feel good about themselves. He had standard greetings that he would throw out to strangers, and they would inevitably walk away with a big smile on their face. Even in his dementia, he had a charisma that drew others to him. Jim had worked as a special education teacher and executive director for an association for the mentally handicapped. He has been an advocate for the mentally challenged his whole adult life and a tireless spokesperson for the disadvantaged and the disenfranchised. Before I lived with someone with Alzheimer's, my impression was of someone who forgot people's names and got lost around the neighborhood. I had no idea of the global impact of this disease on every aspect of life. I had no idea that their language skills would deteriorate to the point where they would no longer understand what was being said to them, or be able to process what was in front of them. Just getting showered in the morning presents huge challenges. Finding the shower, figuring out how to get into the shower, and then figuring out what to do once he is in the shower. Alzheimer's is not only a disease that robs people of their memories, it robs them of every piece of their life as they knew it. It robs them of their ability to function and to contribute. For my husband, who was affected at a young age, it has also robbed him of seeing his children grow into responsible adults, of his grandchildren, and of his own retirement years. It takes the past, the present, and the future. Despite all the research that has been done to date and medications intended to slow the progression, there is no cure, and there is no stopping it. The outcome is inevitable. On behalf of other caregivers and family members who may not have the opportunity to share their story, I want to thank you for allowing me to share ours. I also thank you for your interest in this cause and for your commitment to increase awareness, tolerance, and understanding in the present, as well as hope for a future without Alzheimer's. Let's put our brains together and support brain research.